Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the online sessions of Tariq Arqam Schools, Gujarat region. First of all, join your hands for the dua. Rabbi zidni ilma. My Lord, increase me in knowledge. A mere Rab, mere ilm mein izafa farma. So class, this is your history lecture and this is your lecture number 3 of chapter number 10, the early Muslims. And now we are going to start it from the page number 48. From the 8th to 9th century, these powerful Turks has also begun to rise against the Arabs. The Ghaznavi had their kingdom in the present Afghanistan. We all know that now after the Abbasids, now Ghaznavid are also against the Turks and the Arabs are also against by the Turks. The Ghaznavid had their kingdom in the present day Afghanistan. Ghaznavid had their kingdom in Afghanistan while Seljuk Turks occupied Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. Through independence, these states were bounded by their common faith, Islam, and its distinctive culture. We all know that the Seljuk Turks occupied Iran, Iraq, Turkey through independence. These states were had the common faith. That common faith was Islam with the distinctive cultures. Now we have the next portion is about the Crusades from the 11th to the 13th century. The Muslims world was invaded by the European Crusaders. First, we have to know about what is Crusades. Crusades were a series of religious wars between the Muslim and the Christians to control the holy sites, to take control of the holy sites. On page number 49 here you can see that a photo, a painting giving the impression of the crusaders. The Christians knight shown on the left side and the Muslims troops on the right side of this picture. Here you can see it very clearly. We have Christians on the left side with a horse having a cross on it, and Muslims on the right side having a flag with a moon on it, a red flag with a moon. These Christian fighters were called crusaders. These Christian fighters were called crusaders because the Latin word of for the cross that had on the horse, the cross is the symbol of the Christians. The cross is the symbol of the Christian, is also known as crux or cruces. One of the important leader of this time period is Salahuddin Ayyubi. One of the important leader at this time period was Salahuddin Ayyubi, who was very humble, very generous person who had worked so hard for his people during his time. Salahuddin is also known Sulah to the west was the Kurdish origin. He ruled over Syria, Egypt, and recaptured Jerusalem from the Crusaders in 1188. His humane treatment of the captives, his kindness and generosity were legendary. He even sent his doctors to treat his enemy, Richard I of England, when he fell ill. Salahuddin set up schools, colleges, and hospitals. He is remembered as the hero of his time. Salahuddin died in Damascus in 1193. This powerful ruler left behind too little wealth, even no wealth, not even enough for his funeral. So we all know that as the Salahuddin was a very generous person, he was a very human person, he was very kind, and it is the incident of his kindness that he sent the doctor to treat his enemy Richard I of England when he fell ill, and he set up many schools, colleges, and hospitals for his people at that time. He died in the city of Damascus and left no money. He had no money when he died, not enough for his funeral. In this painting, on the page number 49 on the middle, you can see that this painting shows the Crusaders taking the town of Ark from the Muslims, who recaptured the town about 100 years later. It was the painting of the Crusaders taking the town from Ark from the Muslims, town of Ark from the Muslims. Now here the Christians are taking the towns from the Muslims, who recaptured the town about 100 years later. It was the time period when Muslims ruled on this town for the 100 years. So, class, this is it for today. You have to wash your hands, stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay at your home. And also take care of yourself and your loved ones. Thank you so much. Fi Amanillah.